Mhm. Okay, I opened up the StreamYard, so I'm gonna go out of this one. Okay, is that better? Hi, Donine. I'm not gonna even try to say it again. With my braces, it always never comes out right. But glad you came on. If it's cold here in South Florida, it must be really, really cold in Canada. Hi, Mary. Is that better? I know when I watch some of what's her name, Jeanette of DIY Creation, she always has buffering issues. Technology is the vein of our existence. Can't do almost nothing without it these days. Okay, good. Claptrap, hello. So I was asking if anybody's football team went to the playoffs. This is wild card weekend, so all the teams that are wild cards are playing this weekend. But I don't care. I just don't want the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to go. That's where the Super Bowl is, and they are they will probably be in the Super Bowl. And there goes another Super Bowl for Tom Brady. But anyway, nothing I can do about it. I guess the others didn't come. I was going to show it. Mary saw it on Instagram. My high school Afghan Grafghan that I did. That was a lot of work. I was up many, many, many hours on my vacation time trying to get it finished. So I wanted it finished before I went back to work. Mm-mm-mm. Can't even see. So anything else going on in your world? Nothing great going on over here. Just wish my vacation was longer. Or if I had won the lottery. That would have been even better. But neither happened, so I will be back to work shortly. Oh, yeah, I'm working from home. Oh boy. You went to all girls school, you not sure? I think don't all schools have mascots? I'm not sure. Yes, you told us last week that your son is engaged. So I guess the next thing you'll be telling us they've made their set their wedding date. Tell them don't drag it out forever. Like was it Jennifer Hudson and the guy she was engaged to? I swear they were engaged for years, then they finally broke up. Like, well, we could never find time to do that. I was like, please, the justice of the peace, the courthouse, Vegas, you got lots of options. Those are just excuses. You want to marry somebody, you're gonna marry them. I met that. I think I met him. They had the WWE something or another. I don't know the wrestling thing that well. I don't think I met him, but I think they had a picture of him because he was one of the people. I was like, this Harvard, I think he's a Harvard educated lawyer, but his dream was to be a wrestler. So that's what he's been doing. But that was years ago. They had a big event down here for the WWE when The Rock and John Cena um, wrestled one another. And my daughter and I, we volunteered to go down to the Miami Convention Center to help out with all the stuff. And they had so much wrestling information there. And I was so shocked. My daughter knew all the because we were at a station where you like came down and they introduced you, but you used whatever wrestler that you liked. And my daughter knew all those wrestlers. I was like, when do you watch this stuff? But she was all into it. She knew all of those wrestlers. And it was so funny. And because we were volunteering, of course, we couldn't like take pictures and things like that. But it was very exciting. Those I didn't know anything about the thing that John Cena does, where he's like, "Can you see me?" and all this. I was like, "What in the world is this?" But it was so much fun. We like heard his theme song, over and over and over and over again. All that stuff was stuck in my head. When by the time we finally finished our little, I think we had to do either 2 hours or 4 hours. I think it was 4 hours because I think each block was 4 hours. But it was fun. Way back when I was younger and didn't have knee problems, because now there's no way in the devil I could stand for 4 hours doing any of that stuff. But that was a little fun event. I don't even know how I got to that, but I got there. Oh, I want a dessert bar instead of a big cake. Let me see. I run a daycare and having kids go back to school on Monday. They feel like a holiday. Oh my goodness, you run a daycare. That's cool. There's no way I could do a daycare. You're working your 45th pocket shawl right now? Oh my goodness. I think I did 3. Yeah, I did 3. That was enough for me. And then no, I take that back. I didn't do a shawl. I did the scarf. But I don't, and I've been debating if I wanted to do the scarf or not. So, because when I did the shawl, when I did the, I'm getting them all mixed up. When I did the scarf, I was like, because you put the scarf on, I mean, you automatically want to wrap it around your neck. So I was like, I'm not going to do anymore. Even though they look cool, but I was like, then I thought about the shawl, but to me, it's the same because you wrap a shawl. But anyway, nobody has asked for one, and I'm not going to even worry about it for now. Yeah, COVID is definitely. I just saw the news, and there was a lady in California laying outside of a hospital. She has meningitis, and because there are so many COVID people, she can't even be treated in the hospital. That was crazy. Yeah, go to the courthouse, do it. Save your money. Oh, save your money for what am I doing? Save your money for the big event, the big event, the big party. Yeah, I think about that pocket shawl though. It might be. I don't know. I don't know. I have so many things in my head that make me want to go out and buy more yarn, but I am on a yarn diet at this time. Oh, let me show you my Grafcan for my school. I don't know. I don't even remember how long ago I started this, but I had to frog it when I had the numbers because they were off, and I got my daughter to um, do the graph so that my numbers wouldn't be so off. And I finished it, and I love it. It's pretty big too. Okay, that's the top. That's the buck, and then 79. So it's Deerfield Beach High School class of 1979. But I love how that came out. Yeah, I'll do this. So this would definitely be mine. Nobody else. That was fun to do. Oh, Lori, you on your 3rd pocket shawl. Yeah, you made a shawl and turned it into a sweater. See, that's probably what I would do. Just because of the pockets. Lori's doing her 3rd, gets her family. Kelly says she hasn't made one yet. You made a pocket shawl and you love it. Good. Hey, Dana, how are you tonight? Thanks for joining me. Thank you, Kelly. Oh, it looks like a Gryffindor blanket. No Gryffindor. My my daughter has the whatever the green one is. Slithering? Please. That oh shoot. I'm pulling it apart. No, can't do that. Yeah, but she was really big into Harry Potter. They had a Harry Potter party at what's the bookstore? Barnes and Nobles years ago, like when it was really big for one of the books that was coming out. So I took her to that party. She had a good time. And when they opened up the Harry Potter thing at Universal Studios, I took her up there and just let her have a good time. I was like, I'm not getting on any more of these rides. I got on that Harry Potter ride. That's it. I'm just going to sit here and watch you have a good time. That's what she did. But I did buy her the cloak and the wand and the tie and the scarf. I think it's slithering. I think the green ones are slithering. Hey, Jeanette, how are you tonight? Thanks for joining me. But now I don't know what she's into. She's grown now, so she's into her boyfriend now. I don't even know if the author, I think she did something with them as adults, but I can't remember. I think one of them, I know one of the older characters passed away, but she made a lot of money off of that. That is for sure. She made a lot of money. And I was one of those ones that contributed to her fund. I had the whole collection of the books for my daughter. I remember somebody saying to me, "Why are you letting her read that? That's witchery. That's witchcraft." I was like, "What?" Listen, it was geared towards children. I mean, I watched Sabrina the Teenage Witch when I was younger. So we watched Bewitch. So like, give it a break. Give it a break, people. Some people are just way too sensitive about things. But anyway, Jeanette, I was just talking about I had some buffering issues, and I was just saying Jeanette has buffering issues on her channel too. So that's why I came to StreamYard. It seems to be working okay now. But when I was on the YouTube platform, I had the buffering. So hopefully we will get through this. Are you working on anything, ladies, that just came on? I did some cable headbands. Where did I put them? Oh, I did. See, this looks blue, but it's actually a teal color because that is really blue. Can you tell the difference? And I did the white one and a green one. So that's one of my, and I'm working on a purple one. Of course, I'm working on a purple one. But I wouldn't be wearing them because it's too hot. I'll just put them in my Etsy shop and put them on my Facebook and Instagram. Does anybody go on to TikTok? I just love TikTok. Oh, you're a knitter. You're working on a hat, Jeanette? Oh. Jeanette said all the time you're talking about your buffering. Have you tried, but I was asking you when I was on one of your lives before if you had tried StreamYard, because StreamYard is real. Well, once Dana gave me some instructions on it, it's easy to use and it seems to work pretty good. Oh, you crocheting a sweater with your Heartland yarn? I like Heartland yarn. But I decided until I at least start to make a dent in all that yarn that I have behind me, I don't need to buy anymore. Although I did buy some yellow cotton yarn, but I'm going to make me some halter tops with that. You know, We have a little cold snap in January, maybe in February, but by March, it is starting to smoke and get to the smoking hot temperatures by then. And hopefully, well, our state, I don't know how your states are going, but our state is moving like a snail with this corona vaccine. You can't, my parents have asked me to try to get them an appointment. The websites have crashed. They're starting to let the publics do the vaccines. Their website, as soon as they opened it, all the appointments were gone. So I hope you all are having a better luck than the state of Florida. You know, between Florida and Arizona, we have the highest number of senior citizens. And there was one lady on the news that said she could get the vaccine quicker in a foreign country than she can in her own state. And I believe her, because this is ridiculous. They've had this back. It's as if they didn't prepare for it. Like, how could you not prepare to? I don't know what they're doing. It's a mess. All of the sites that you can do the drive-through to get the vaccine, no appointments because the site has crashed. There's no phone number to call because you can't get through. It's ridiculous. Just ridiculous. So I told my parents I don't know what to tell them till the mayor or the governor or somebody gets their stuff together. It's going to be a while. The last thing I heard, I think they said like 3 million people have been vaccinated. That's like 1% of the population of America. That's nothing. That is nothing. It'll take, and I heard Dr. Fauci said at this rate, it'll take us 10 years for everybody to be vaccinated, which I think is ridiculous. Oh, I don't mess with knitting at all. Let me see, you love the Harry Potter books. Ah, okay. I'm trying the third in my life to try learning knit. I am using. No, I've never had an interest in knitting. I like looking at the stuff, but I just never had an interest in trying to do it. Like I said, I'm a pure crocheter. That's all I like to do. Because as we know, they haven't figured out a machine yet to learn to crochet. I'm sure somebody is sitting around trying to figure it out, though. I'm sure somebody's trying to figure out a machine that'll make granny squares, if nothing else. Oh, Jeanette is good with granny squares. Jeanette and Fiber Spider. They are the granny square king and queen. You're working and lurking, okay? That is fine, as long as you're there. Okay, so nobody talks football but me, so we'll leave that subject alone. And the person that has been, what's her name? Shauna from Creative Stitching Diva. I think that's her, Creative Stitching Diva. She does Grafgans, and she had a football, what do you call it? A football thing. Anyway, if your team won, then you would get a Grafgan for each time that your team won. So I had noticed, I kept saying, where are my grafts? I haven't received any grafts since October. Man, I know my team is winning. So I finally did get some grafts to cover all those weeks that have been missed. So I have to go through them to see if there's anything in there that I want to work on. Especially since I have all this yarn and I don't want to go out and buy any more yarn. So I'm definitely going to be looking at what is there that will take care of some of this yarn. And I'm still working on that love knot blanket for my mom. Still working on it. I thought I would be so much further with it by now, but doing that deer Grafgan took up a lot of my time. In between going to the doctor, going to the dentist. I didn't know. Yeah, I had the eye appointment. That's the doctor. I tried to order my glasses on, what is it, Zini Optical, and I don't know what's wrong with that. It wasn't working for me. Your husband should have been in front of the TV says no. Yes. Yeah, tomorrow they have 3 more games tomorrow. Yes. I looks like I was watching the Seattle game. Looks like Seattle might lose, but I don't know. I don't know. When I left to come to do my live, they were down. So it'll be interesting to see if Russell Wilson pulls something out of his hat, because his team is struggling. Those Chargers are playing to win. Let me see. Everybody is crocheting and knitting. My one of my coworkers, she's a knitter. She's not a coworker anymore. She retired, but at my previous job, she was the knitter. I was the crocheter, and she does quilting. My grandmother did quilting, but I never got into quilting. My friend, she lives in California. She likes to quilt as well. I don't know if she does it now, but she was. But I am just the crocheter, that's all. I was trying to watch one of Dana's video, when her craft hour. I was at work, but I don't know what she ever got to craft, whatever what she was crafting, because I think she was about a half an hour into it. I was like, what is she gonna craft? So I'm telling on you, Dana. I had no idea what your craft was, so I had to turn it off. That was a few weeks ago. I wasn't supposed to be watching that anyway. I was supposed to be working. Oh, but I'll be so happy to get me some new glasses, because I can definitely tell now that my distance, he said my distance vision got really good, but my near vision, not so much. So we will see. Just got to find some glasses. I went over to Target just to price some, and it was I forgot the price, 200 and something dollars. But if I could, on the Zini Optical, it was like $115. But then when I was trying to put it in the cart, it wouldn't go into the cart, kept giving me an error. So I don't know. I think I'll go to Lens Crafters or whatever other optical place around and get some pricing. So hard to find glasses now that I like. I definitely want something different though. She is losing her eyesight. She gave all the stuff to her book club friends and now the crochet stuff to me. Oh my goodness, your grandma did a lot. Yeah, no, I'm the my aunt that just passed recently, she was a crocheter. And I think as far as I know, because I don't think I never heard any of her daughter say anything about crocheting, so I am guessing they don't crochet. And here in Florida, it's just me, all to my lonesome. My daughter was, I don't know, you can't teach them anything, but someone else can. So of course she's crocheting and not even letting me know. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to learn how to crochet." I said, "Oh, when I try to teach you how to crochet, I even because she's left-handed, I pulled up left-handed stuff for her because I wasn't sure if I'd be able to teach her. I know I see a lot. I won't say a lot. I see a few channels that do left-handed and right-handed crochet. No, my left hand is definitely to guide my yarn. And I've tried to do the crocheting, holding the hook like a pencil. I can't do that either. I'm the knife. I'm a knifer. But it seems to me the ones that do hold it like a pencil, to me at least, it looks like they crochet a lot faster. But I can't do that. I tried it. And um, until YouTube came around, I didn't even know um, there was a different way. Even now that I think about it, one of the books that I got, it showed the person holding the crochet hook like a pencil. I think it's my 500 crochet stitch book. I think the person is holding it, or at least the little picture that they drew is the person is holding it like a pencil. Hey, CJ Spicy, how are you tonight? Thank you for joining me. What's her name? Does the tatting? I don't know if she's done any videos. What's her name? OVW. I think she does tatting. I think that's what she does when she does her earrings, but I can't remember. Because I don't think she's done anything related to crochet in a while. Because all the videos I see now are her religious videos. So I don't know if she's even done any crochet videos in a while. Oh, I was supposed to pick up calendars. I knew I forgot something. I didn't pick up a calendar. And what is already January 9th? I do have one calendar that's this year, but I need 3 more. So everywhere I look, I'll know what day it is. My friend said, "You still get calendars?" I said, "Of course I still get calendars. I just use my phone." I said, "And if your phone dies on you, what are you going to do?" I'm a paper person. I like to write on things. Because I'm 9 times out of 10, if I make an appointment, I'm going to write it on the calendar. And as I'm sitting at my desk, I can send an email to my supervisor. "Oh, I have an appointment." I'm not going to pick up my phone to look for an appointment. I'm just going to look at my calendar. Oh, so she does have tatting videos. Are they old? They must be older videos. So I saw her, I started following, I can't remember. I started following her. How did I find her? I don't even remember now. Usually I remember what I was looking for, and that's how I found a channel. Now I've been on YouTube so long, I can't remember all of that stuff anymore. And that's another reason why I write stuff down. Otherwise, I will forget. I have this app on my phone. It's a shopping app. What is it? Got Milk? I think it's called Got Milk. Something about milk. And I use it. Oh yeah, tatting videos are older. Oh, you have a planner too, CJ Spicy? Yes. Yep. I definitely have my planner. I'm trying to think, was it a hat that I can't remember what, I don't remember how I found her. And I used to, when she used to do lives on Saturday nights, I would come on, but because of the time difference, because she's on Pacific time and I'm on Eastern time, she would go in for way past my bedtime. So I think I would be on with her till about midnight, and then after that, I was like, I gotta go to sleep. I've never tried the tatting. I said I don't need to bring another craft into this space. So I tried the jewelry thing. I still do jewelry every now and again, and I have tons of it. I looked in my storage, one of the storage bins is just full of jewelry stuff. I was like, I can't believe. And when you're not using it, you look at it and it's like, look at all the money I spent, and it's just sitting there. So I look at this yarn, look at all the money I spent, and it's just there. That's why I said I have to use it. Use it and hopefully be able to sell a product from it. That's the downside of crocheting, is trying to sell it. And I'm not going to do craft fairs or anything like that, because I'm not going. That's a lot of work, and a lot of times I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I went to this craft fair and I took all my stuff." You know, you got to take all that stuff out and put it up. It's a lot of work, and I am just not into a lot of work these days. But I said I would do that. I would put in, let's see, 5 years, because after 5 years, as they say, if you aren't really selling anything after that, it's just a hobby at that point. So I'll try it. I'll figure out new avenues of how to get it out. Oh, she's doing. That's how I feel about Tunisian crochet. That's why I don't do it. It's too close to knitting for me, and I don't like it. Crystal Aberdeen. She's a young lady. I've been following her for a long time, and she did one of the slithering, or one of the Harry Potter scarves using Tunisian. I was like, okay, that's something small. I can do that. I can do that. And I started doing it. And I people do it differently. On there's simple Tunisian, then there's some other kind of Tunisian. Anyway, as I'm doing it, I was like, I am missing stitches somewhere. So I just stopped doing it. And I've tried Tunisian so many times, and I just keep giving up on it. Well, I did learn how to do the cable stitch. I learned how to do one cable stitch. I have yet to learn how to do the one that I really want to learn how to do. I think I told you I was watching that Christmas movie, and the lady had on these cable headbands, and I was fixated. I was like, I gotta learn how to do the cable. So I learned how to do the front post cable. I'm happy with that one. That back post part, I just can't get it. Just cannot, but I'll get it because it's stuck in my head. I have to be able to finish that, figure it out. Tunisian has a bunch of stitches. Yeah, I have my Tunisian hooks too. I bought them. There's one of them. What's her name? Alicia from Little John's Yarn. She did a hat, and it was a flower petal pattern, and you had to put a whole bunch of stitches onto your hook, and it was hurting my hands so much. And I was like, let me get my Tunisian stitch, my Tunisian hook, and that's what I used, the Tunisian hook, and it made it so much easier. And I told her, she was like, oh, I never even thought about that. Because I think you have to put like 10 or 12 stitches on the one hook. I was like, this is not working. But that was one of her hats that I'll probably never, ever try to do again. That hat, and then the one hat that is on my picture on my YouTube channel, that hat, I'll never try to make that hat ever again either. That is one and done. There's very few uh, there's a lady, I don't know who she is. I see on YouTube. She makes the fanciest hats I have ever seen. They're like 20 style hats. I can't remember what her name is, but oh my goodness, every time I see those hats, she does a really, really good job. Let me see. Oh, okay. Dryer is buzzing. Yeah, I have my Addy and my Central up there. I use them both. I made a couple of the ear warmers on the did I use the Addy or did I use the Centro? The Centro is finicky sometimes about what yarns you can use. And it works really good sometimes with thinner yarns. And the Addy doesn't yeah, the Addy, let me see. So I made a lot of hats that's what I did. A lot of the hats on the knitting machines, just to be able to knock them out and at least be able to post them up on what is it called, in Etsy. But this year I want, as I say all the time, I want to write some patterns, but you have to have time. And once I go back to work, it will be put on the back burner again. I wanted to write at least one before I went back to work, but I did. Which one is better? Well, you know, everybody brags about the Addy is great and blah, blah, blah. And I have the Addy, the King Addy, and I have the Express Addy. And I have the Addy Egg, but my Addy Egg, one of the needles broke on it because I was trying to, the Addy Egg is made for I-cords. And I was getting that yarn, I was cranking it and it was getting tighter and tighter and tighter, and then it broke because I didn't know what I was doing. But everybody says the Addy is the best. The Centro is finicky with its yarn, but it works fine. The Addy works fine. The Centro is 48 needles and the Addy is 46 needles. So it's a little bit, whatever you make with the Centro will be a little bit bigger than the Addy. But people that have worked with them longer, everybody brags about the Addy. They both work comparable as far as I'm concerned. The Addy has 3 needles to start with, 3 black needles, and the Centro only has 1 needle. The thing I like most about the Centro is that it has that, I'll show you both of them. Yep, there. Okay. Down. So this is the Centro. And this little thing here, that's for the yarn. That's what I like most about it. It has a nice, so you can put thin yarn and thick yarn because it has 3, it has a big one, a medium, and a small one. That's the one thing I like about it. And I like this, that little bulb thing. Oh, where am I? Here I am. I like that better. And of course, my Addy is an older version because I've seen them different from mine. And it does have where you feed the yarn into. I can't see what I'm doing. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you feed the yarn into that and close it up, and then it has a counter, but it has a manual counter. And where's the thing? Where am I? And see, it has a flat wheel, so I tend to just hold it with the palm of my hand to turn it instead of holding it like that. And the thing is, it takes you about 20 minutes to half an hour to crank out a hat. So you get a real workout from it. Oh, I know it's going to show you. So the Addy has 3 black needles. Where am I here? Wait. Has 3 black needles over here. That's where you start your project at. And then the central only has one white one. Let me find it. Which makes it, let's see, it only has, where, yeah, there it is. Where, here. So it only has that one white needle and all the others are the same color. But, and it has a manual starter too. You just push that to 0. But I think it's your preference. But I did notice that with the Centro, it definitely is finicky about its yarn. The Addy pretty much takes any of them. And then the other one is up here. That's the Addy Express. So you can, this one is probably good for making small kids hats. What's her name? Juju. She does a lot of tutorials using her Addy. Does she use the Central? No, I think she just uses the Addy. But she does a lot of tutorials. She's done lots of things. I think when I got my Addy, her channel was the one. I found one guy, his name something Frost. I can't remember his first name. His video was the first one that helped me to learn how to cast on with it, with the Centro, because I bought the Centro first. The Centro was like $50 something. That Addy, I bought the Addy King, and the Addy Egg. I mean, the Addy King, the Addy Express, the Addy Egg, and it must. And I got it for a good deal, but it had to be like over $300 or close to $300. I can't remember. It's been a few years since I bought it, and I think the Addy King, but they've changed since I got mine, and I'm sure mine was already an old version, but I think they have automatic counter now, digital counter. I'm not sure. Let me see. Yeah, they say the Addy is top of the line, but top of the line for I get the same result. Like I said, I think it's really it's supposed to be the top of the line, just like they say Apple is top of the line, but they got their issues too. So I let it go. uh, your husband got mad at you, so you. Well, my Addy has the suckum cups on them, and I put it on my table and it doesn't move. See, I can't mount my leg. I don't know exactly what you mean about mounted legs, but these Addy legs, it just moves all around when I'm using it. Drives me to drink. Um, yeah, the Centro drop stitches and the Addy drop stitches too. I had the Addy drop stitches too. Yeah, the Centro definitely loves soft yarn. It don't like that rough stuff. Oh, you don't know how to do tension? Well, I don't know which one you have, but when I do mine, once I put it into the machine, I like put my hand a little ways from it, and I hold the yarn in my just hold it in there so it'll just guide it where there's no slack, and I just keep turning, 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 turning until it's done. And with the Centro, I do the same thing. Whichever way I put the yarn in, I also hold it, my hand to the side, and just make sure it feeds well. But I think I did a lot more hats on the Centro. Once I figured out the Centro, and how to keep it from dropping, because that's the one thing I haven't learned is once it drops a stitch, I have not learned how to bring it back. Juju has a tutorial on how you get the stitches back going again, but me, if it drops a stitch, I just pull it all out. Hopefully it drops a stitch at the beginning and not at the end, because it just bothers. That's the thing that bugs me about these machines is those drop stitches. And you can definitely, I mean, it's a big, it just makes it all ugly. And the Central with the, it's finicky. Once I start with the Central and I already know it doesn't like the yarn, then I'll just go get my Addy. And 9 times out of 10, I have no problems with the Addy with the yarn, but definitely Central, it is finicky about its yarn. And it's so funny, the yarn that came with it, it all worked fine. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. And then as soon as I started using some other yarn, then I started having the drop stitches. Like, what is going on with this? Yeah, you might be holding it too tight if everything is tight. Maybe you shouldn't hold it. Maybe you should just no, because if you don't hold it, then it's gonna mess up. Just hold it loosely. But yeah, everybody says the Addy is the top of the line. And everybody that I've heard even talk about the Addy, oh, it's my favorite. I love it. I don't like the Central. But I'm glad I did get the Central. Once I learned how to cast on, and I watched a whole bunch of different videos. I saw Juju made a heart with her adding machine. I haven't watched that video, but I thought that was really interesting. Looks like she was gonna stuff it because it looked really well. You know, with the adding machine, everything is um, doubled. So I'm thinking maybe she's gonna make it into a. I don't know what she's gonna do with it. I haven't watched the video. Too many videos to watch in a day, in a minute, in an hour. So, but I haven't used the Addy since I or the Central since I did. Oh, I think I did do a scarf on it. I haven't tried to do panels. Um, I've only done the circular. And I watched somebody do the panel. I was like, mm-mm. That back and forth would drive me crazy. So I haven't done that. But I wanted to do some more scarves. It's definitely a yarn eater, that's for sure. But the hats, that's mostly what I use it for, just the hats, because it's a quick thing. A lot faster than if I had to sit and crochet. If I had to sit and crochet a beanie, I couldn't sit and crochet a beanie in 30 minutes. I know some people probably can, but not Gloria. But I can definitely whip out one on one of those machines in 30 minutes from start to finish. And I think those hats are so soft when you do them. Almost, it's like, doesn't matter what yarn you use, it still turns out really soft. So it was well worth it for me. I did find an extra needle, but I have yet to go and try to figure out how to put it into the Addy egg. But since I'm not going to be using it anytime soon, I'm not in any rush because I've never had a need for an I-cord. I don't really make purses, so I don't have any need for an I-cord. And I've seen YouTube tutorials on how to crochet an I-cord, and I probably will not be doing that either. But the Addy egg is still sitting in the box waiting to be fixed. I think I've had this for like 3 or 4 years, something like that. I can't remember. Been too long. Because I bought it, then I bought what's that thing I bought? That oh my goodness, I'm having a brain fart. Um a Cricut. Had to think. I bought the Cricut because I was like, oh, this will be great. I can do some t-shirts, I can do um, glasses, wood. You can just personalize anything and everything. I got caught up in one of those YouTube chats and people talking about their Cricut this, Cricut that, and I've seen them uh, at least the boxes. I never really paid attention to what it was at Joann's. So actually went on to their website and bought it, and it was on sale at the time. So I've done some things with it, but considering the price of it, I haven't made my money back. So I don't need to bring not another crafting thing into this space. I'm done, 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 done. I'm just going to watch, but I'm not going to try to learn. Okay. I've made some progress. Not much, but it's progress. So I am going to go and watch a little bit of football, work on that heartthrob blanket for my mom, and I will see you all next week if you come. I thank you for showing up tonight, and have a good evening, everybody. Bye-bye.